Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how I roll out my cinnamon rolls. I make cinnamon rolls multiple times a week and we love them around here, and I just thought I'd show you how I roll them out. So today, right here I have some of my pumpkin spice filling. That's going to be for my family. I'm going to be trying that later on. And then in this one, I have just your typical cinnamon roll filling. So this is the one I'm going to be using to show you guys how I do it. The first thing you want to do, so this is sourdough, but this is going to go the same for any cinnamon roll dough that you have. You really want to put your dough in the fridge and let it get not like firm, but you definitely want it to like set up a little bit. So this is like it's holding its shape. It's not going anywhere. It's cold. So you want it like this. You don't want it to be like when you hold it, you don't want it to be like falling all over the place, because when it comes time to roll it and to cut it, it's not gonna stay in its shape, and you're not gonna get those pretty rolled rings that you think of when you think of cinnamon rolls. So in here I just have my big bucket of flour. First, you're gonna want to flour your surface really well. I normally just take my dough and I just set it in the flour. And then I just brush off the extra, and you want it on both sides. Get it all around. There we go. And next you're going to take your rolling pin. I really like the ones, I don't like the ones with the handles because I press down pretty hard. And I always feel like the ones with the handles, I feel like I'm gonna break it. So I like this one. This is just from Target. It's the Figment one. But yeah, you're just going to roll out your dough. I do try to keep this in as much of a rectangle shape as possible. That's just gonna make it roll when it comes time to actually roll it. It's just going to be more even. So let's get this rolled out. I like to kind of switch between rolling it, making it longer, and then making it taller. I like to switch back and forth. It kind of helps keep that rectangular shape. You can press down pretty, I'm pressing down pretty hard. You can press down hard. And it'll definitely take some, if you've never rolled out anything before, it definitely does take a little bit to get used to, but cinnamon rolls, right? We can make, there could be worse things that you need to practice. Everybody loves cinnamon rolls. So this is not straight edge. It's kind of like rounded. I really like this to be straight. So what I do is I just pick up the dough and I stretch it out to kind of get that straight shape. And I'm gonna do this a few times. Now you can see it's more of like a straight rectangle, and we're just gonna keep going. It kind of doesn't really matter the length. So this way on your cinnamon rolls, as long as you get it big enough to make however many rolls you're wanting to make. This is about the size that I need it. But if you really want like a lot of spirals in your cinnamon rolls, you're gonna wanna make it longer this way. So I'm actually gonna be rolling the cinnamon rolls like this. So if you can imagine, the more times it's gonna roll this way, that's more spirals you're gonna have in your cinnamon rolls. Just try to even this dough out a little bit. We like to have those spirals. That looks really, really good. And this is about, I kind of know when it's the right length, when it's about the same length as my rolling pin. That's kind of how I gauge it. Next, you're gonna want to get a spatula of some sort. I really like using this spatula that's used for cake decorating, for spreading out my cinnamon mixture. It just makes it really easy. So we're just gonna plop this on here. Try to get it all out because everybody loves cinnamon and sugar, right? So in the filling, I have butter that was room temperature, brown sugar, and some cinnamon. And that makes my filling. So we're just gonna spread this out, and you can play around with your filling. So for the pumpkin spice, I told you guys I have the pumpkin spice. It is the exact same filling, except in place of the cinnamon, I used pumpkin spice. Just make sure you spread this out evenly. And we're actually gonna leave a little bit on the bottom that we are not gonna put icing on at the very bottom, because that is going to be where we close it up at. And we need it to not have any icing. And this definitely takes some practice too. Being able to spread it out evenly and get the whole thing covered. And guys, don't be afraid to experiment either, and take different aspects of different recipes that you like and like make a mashup. That is what I did with these cinnamon rolls. I found a cinnamon roll recipe and I tried it, and I did not like the dough and I did not like the filling, but I really liked the icing. Then I found a recipe that I really liked the dough and the filling, but I did not like the icing, and so here we are. So don't be afraid to like mash up. I don't know if you can hear in the background, but we have some baby chicks in the house, so you might hear some little chickies. Okay, so now I'm going to start rolling from the top, and you're gonna go all the way across. You wanna go all the way, and we're gonna try to keep this as even as possible. Just keep going a little bit at a time. And this is why it's really important to flour your surface beforehand. Otherwise, this would be sticking really bad. It is kind of sticking because I didn't flour it super well, but it's not too bad. So we're going to roll it up. Then we're going to take those ends that I told you about without the filling, and we are going to lift it and bring it over. Stretch it, bring it over, stretch it all the way down the line. And then I like to kind of, not pinch it, but I kind of like to, I don't know, smooth it out. push in those sides. There we go, there's our cinnamon roll. I'm gonna go grab my pan. Because I am making these to take to a market, I'm going to use these kind of tin pans. Feel free to use a pie tin, whatever you have will work. Now a lot of people will use like thread or like I guess mostly thread. You could use like an unflavored floss, I guess too, if you wanted to cut this. And what you would do in that way is you would take the string, the thread, you would put it underneath, and then you would get to where you want to be cut, crisscross, and pull. I like to use my knife. So I just use a bread knife, and I very gently, I will start cutting, and it will start going right through. You don't want to push because then that's going to smush your cinnamon roll. Just very gently start going back and forth, and it will work its way down. So I try to make them all around the same size. And see how pretty, look how pretty that is. And then you just lay them out. And there you go. There's our cinnamon rolls. So that is how I roll up my cinnamon rolls. And then depending on what kind of cinnamon rolls you made, these are sourdough, so these are gonna rise for another 2 hours. And then I put them in the freezer, and that way I always have cinnamon rolls ready to go. We love cinnamon rolls around here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it helped you be able to roll up your own cinnamon rolls. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.